All right. Hi, everybody. Good morning. My name is Dan Bauer with Serve Pro of the Southtowns. This is Breakfast with Disaster, where we go live every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Show you all the things that can go wrong and how to prevent them. As you may notice, I am not in my normal environment. I am down on the warehouse floor. We're prepping for a trade show tomorrow, so I have my displays all set up down here. I'll take some pictures for you. And if you're going to be at the Facilities Management Expo tomorrow, I will see you there. I am very excited. Got some surprises for you. Today I'm hoping to cheer you up because it's been kind of a miserable day so far for everybody in Buffalo. Morning, Lisa. Morning, Diane. It's starting to get cold, which is a bummer. The Bills obviously lost last night, which everybody is dragging around here. I'm getting some thumbs down from the warehouse over that. You didn't agree with not kicking the field goal, Lynn?
No, I don't. I think you should have went for the tie. And then went where your chances in overtime.
All right, so Lynn thinks that he should have kicked the field goal. Let me know what you guys think in the comments here. Morning, Jackie. I kind of like that he went for it, but I don't know anything about football, so.
50-50 right there.
Yeah, either way, everybody's sad, everybody's spirits are low, so I wanted to cheer you up, and I figured the best way to do that would be to do the same thing that your mother probably did when you wouldn't eat your peas, is to remind you how miserable everybody else is, or how bad things could be. I'm going to do that today by showing you an honest-to-goodness, real-life, large loss, catastrophic disaster. It's a big one. It's one we worked on, I want to say last February. I think it's going to surprise you, just the scale of it and how much something like that can turn around. Before that, though, I want to talk, believe it or not, about water heaters. Any avid fan of The Sopranos, morning Brianna, morning Andrea, any avid fan of The Sopranos knows that a water heater can kind of be a ticking time bomb. If you've seen the first episode of the third season of The Sopranos, morning Megan, good to see you here. Long time no see. I got to come visit you guys. Any avid fan of The Sopranos, episode 3, season 3, episode 1, I believe it's called Mr. Rogerio's Neighborhood. An entire FBI investigation of poor Tony Soprano is totally thrown off because his water heater explodes. And as they say, they notice in the FBI tape that baby's going to blow. Certain things in The Sopranos are exaggerated. Paulie's hair, definitely exaggerated, but water heaters can do this. They can blow, they can leak, they can cause a lot of damage. You may look at this and say, wow, beautiful. You may say thank you to your water heater every morning for a warm shower. But you should be keeping an eye on it. Because we see this quite often here at Serve Pro, water heaters leaking, or even as it happens in the show, kind of blowing and really flooding things out. Your average water heater can last for about 8 to 15 years without worrying too much about it. But later in its life, it can really start to screw you up. Morning, Noel. A couple things you guys should keep an eye out for. This is a big one, obviously, leaking. Moisture around the water heater, even if you don't see it actively leaking, if you see something like this, you've probably got a problem, especially if that water is rusty. It means the water heater, the pipes are probably rusting, and it's probably in the late stages of its life. If it is giving you cold water instead of hot water, apparently a cold shower, I was told, can be very beneficial for your health. I don't necessarily believe it. This guy doesn't even seem that happy. He seems a little snarky. But if you're not getting hot water the way that you used to, that could probably be a sign that something's going wrong. And of course, something like this, very bad. That is sediment coming out of your water heater. You should be flushing it every 6 months. I've never met a person in my entire life who actually does that, but that is the recommended duration. Every 6 months, flush this sort of thing out of there. Keep an eye out, ear out for any gurgling, any issues with the water heater, and you should be okay. But more or less, the thing that you should know is that nothing lasts forever. If your water heater is over 8 years old, you should be keeping an eye on it, and if it's getting closer to like 15, probably time to replace it. You're going to ask, why am I bringing all of this up? What's the point? I said I was going to show you a disaster, and it's because the disaster I'm about to show you was actually caused by a water heater. And this is a little video I put together. We'll walk through together to show you just how disastrous something like this can be. So I promised you disaster. remember, things could be worse. At least this didn't happen to you. This is a project. This is a new segment we're calling Serve Pro to the Rescue. This is a real thing that we worked on in February of 2020. You'll see just how serious it can be. Called it the Underwater School. And back in February 2020, we got this early morning call that a water heater had failed at a local school and it caused some flooding. That was kind of an understatement. It seems just a normal school day, except for the hose in the parking lot. You go inside, though, you go down to the basement, you see this. Oh no, right? All that's pumping out is that wee baby hose. You look down a little further. Holy mother, that is a lot of water in this basement. This is not what you want your basement to look like. You do not want to see this entire hallway out of power, totally covered in sediment and water. Obviously, this basement wasn't in a ton of active use, but it still caused quite a mess, especially with all this furniture down there. We did find this funny graffiti. I do think Ozzy Osbourne did have something to do with this, because the school was keeping up with its maintenance. You can see all of this water, believe it or not, and it is a school, so it's got a bigger water heater. It came from the water heater. This thing failed. It decided to dump, and they came in over the weekend and found, oh my God, this basement is underwater. We called in, the whole team here. You got 5 vehicles here, and I'm sure more on their way to clear this out. And it wasn't just straightforward extraction, washing, and drying. You've got to get all of this debris out because this water that came from the water heater is not clean. A lot of this stuff can't be dried. And schools have so much stuff. Morning, Kathy. Like these little jigsaw mats. Might need more than one dehumidifier. I don't know the exact count of equipment that we put in here to dry this place out, but it was a ton. Everything was wet. That wood was wet. Walls, all the debris, all the contents. But it was not something that we can handle. You can see after a couple of days, things started to look up. That's looking pretty clean to me. This is the room that we saw before. Used to be underwater. We managed to get it extracted, dried out, and pretty much good to go with very limited and no demolition, just kind of extracting and drying it out. So why did I show you that? Because I just wanted to show you guys that things could be worse. I know the Bills lost and everybody's bummed out, but at least your basement isn't under a foot of water. So let's keep the good vibes going. We've got the prize drawing, and this is going to be, let's say, for a $50 gift card. I'm feeling generous today, and if you're watching, I will double that. So if you're watching right now and you have not commented, I don't know that you're watching, so comment, because if your name gets called and you could have won $100, you're going to be really upset. Ready? Oh, we're spinning. We're spinning. Who's going to be winning? Yes. 161. That number's familiar. That is Ruth. Ruth Bucky over at the Randall Agency over there in Eden. So Ruth, you may be watching on the West Seneca, because I know sometimes you do watch on the West Seneca stream, so I will check that one as well. But Ruth, if you're watching, definitely comment, because that will be $100 in your pocket. I'm not seeing it, Ruth. I will give you a call, and we will sort out the $50. Congratulations. Yeah, thank you, Brianna. Brianna's always so nice. She always has nice things to say. She's always congratulating whoever wins. So it is a joy to have all of you here, but I'm going to give a special shout out to Brianna, and I hope everything's going well at the new gig. And that's our show for today. So next week, I think I'm going to have a guest, and if anybody ever wants to guest star, just shoot me an email. It's very, very possible. And we'll keep the Halloween vibes going. We'll be talking about some last-minute disaster costumes. We'll be talking about the Serve Pro Haunted House, Halloween myth-busting. We've got all sorts of fun fall stuff for you. I don't know about you guys. I get very into Halloween. So I'm excited for that one. Tomorrow, if you're coming to the Facilities Management Expo, please come and see me. Nikki and myself will be set up at a booth giving out candy and talking about emergency planning, adding some new members to the Serve Pro Mug Club. They're the dogs. So come and visit, and if you do want to come to the Facilities Management Expo, maybe you didn't see my emails, maybe you just didn't know if you were going to be free, I want to say 2 or 3 tickets left out of my book of 50. So if you want to come pay me a visit, I would love to see you. Just shoot me an email, comment here, and I'd love to see you there. Until next time, I am Dan Bauer. This has been Breakfast with Disaster. It's been a pleasure sitting with you guys. Cheer up, everybody. It's gonna be okay. Have a good day.